showed us the art of cooking steak.
Josh Capon.
But are you ready for this?
Sweet, succulent sea scallop. See that right there? That's what you want. A party in your mouth.
So tender, so sweet.
Plus, his amazing stuffed shrimp.
These aren't jumbo, these are colossal.
And his golden rule.
The more butter, the more better.
That's next. Let's dish.
The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat, and I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish. The like fanfare of
you gotta have to pay for the cake. Yes.
I love it. So good. Oh my goodness. Welcome to The Good Dish. We are excited about today's show because one of our favorite guests is back in the kitchen with us. When Chef Josh Capon was last here, he showed us how to cook the perfect steak, and he left us, and apparently most of you at home, in awe at his butter basting technique. Do you guys remember this? I mean, take a look. Watch him slow swirl that pan, spoon that frothing golden brown butter over top. Be still, my heart. You know you'll never make steak another way again. So we had to have him come back and show us even more delicious tricks only a restaurant chef knows. Please welcome our good friend, Josh Capon.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you.
Where's your butter?
Oh, welcome back. We are back. We are back.
Oh, come on.
Thanks for having me back on The Good Dish. You guys have been crushing it.
Oh, we love it. Can I just ask you, people literally could not get enough of you basting that steak. It really was mesmerizing. We all need to see it one more time, I think. Very sexy.
That is food porn 101 right there. I mean, come on, that butter over the garlic, over the rosemary.
Do you know that I went home that night, brought a steak home, after we ate pounds of it with you, and remade a steak because I just needed more basting action?
I love the slow jam.
Oh,
This is how you cook at home, right? Like
That's
slow-mo.
how everybody should cook a steak. That's how you cook the ultimate steak. And my favorite part was when we whacked up that steak. Everybody here just came over with
Oh, yeah.
steak
Oh, yeah.
like it was butter, because it really is.
Do you always do you always have that much butter everywhere you go?
I don't actually. And I always say butter is one of those secrets in restaurant cooking that makes everything taste great. I actually don't cook with a lot of butter. We're all trying to be healthy and kind of stuff like that. But butter does, a dollop of butter at the end of anything puts it over the top.
That's the key.
A dollop of butter is what you say, but
Yes.
today you are showing everybody how to butter-baste scallops. Oh, my. All right, that sounds
Sweet,
exciting.
succulent sea scallop. Let's be clear.
How'd you say that?
Sweet, succulent sea scallops. The scallops are not all the same. These are absolute beauties, which you guys got me today.
They're big. Yeah, now tell us what
Yeah.
we should know when we're going to the grocery store to buy scallops. I feel like people don't know what to do when they get
I think the most important thing is that you buy your scallops, the word is dry.
Yes.
All right, you want U10, U8, and the U refers to the size, similar to shrimp. You want dry sea scallops. You can tell these are different right here. I can tell by just looking at these. A lot of them soak in a solution. They plump them up. They preserve them a little bit. They add moisture. They add weight, which obviously costs more money. But you want dry sea scallops.
Now these are wet here, because you can see, like, look at that pooling at the bottom there.
Well, they're wet. I mean, those are naturally wet
That's a natural
scallops.
wet.
Yes.
There's some moisture in a scallop, but you can see
Which is
how
why,
much, right,
which
you
is
always
why
pat them dry
the first thing you do when you get them home, hope that baby's not high. First thing when you do when you get them home is pound them on paper towels. You want to dry them out. You want to absorb that moisture. Pat them dry. We season everything with kosher salt and fresh black pepper from above. Right? Always out of your pepper mill. Don't use ground black pepper. All right? We always season both sides of our proteins no matter what. That is cranking on high.
It is.
Daphne hit me with some oil in there.
Want it? Okay, here we go.
We're gonna smoke out the studio now, everyone. Get ready.
See that right there? That's
it.
what you want. If your pan's not smoking, you don't put anything in it. All right? Very important. Just like that.
Please
A
don't
little
burn
more
down
olive
our
oil.
new
Nobody's
studio.
burning down
Don't do
anything
that.
over here. Come on.
Please don't burn it
All right? Oil is your friend.
I like rubbing here.
That's exactly what you're looking for. And then watch this. Everybody be quiet. You ready? Hear that? Hear that? That's like the snap, crackle, pop of cooking. You want that sound when you hit the pan, or else your pan is not hot enough. These natural sugars are just gonna caramelize in the pan. Most importantly, what do you do to that as soon as you put them in?
A little more fat.
More oil.
Nothing. You don't even want to touch them.
Okay.
All you want to do is just one time, just pick them up. So you have a nice little amount of oil underneath each scallop, and then you just let them cook, just like so. Always control your heat. If you do think it's too hot, you can remove it for a second.
Perfect. Got it.
Like 5. But all those sugars are going to caramelize, and you get a really, really nice crust, similar to when we cooked that beautiful New York bone-in strip last time.
Right. When it comes to cooking a scallop perfectly, because I do think people are question sometimes, should it be translucent in the middle still? Should it be a little cool in the middle still?
I say translucent. I mean, again, it's a personal preference. I think scallops should be a little bit medium rare.
Okay.
But that's also how you guys like to eat them. I mean, you should cook this 80% on one side, and then just to flip and the base, and then you're done. Because you really want to get this color. You can see over there. You see that right there? You see that right there?
That's looking
Shida, you're in there?
Wait,
Show
no,
them
we
up
didn't
there,
get it.
right
We didn't
there.
get it.
Look at that. Come on. You see that? Come on. If that doesn't get you excited, you shouldn't be watching The Good Dish. All right?
Butter it. Butter it.
Are you ready?
Go. Give you the
What
all
we've been waiting for. All right? But most importantly, once you add that butter now, kill the heat. Kill my heat. Kill my heat.
We don't know how to do that.
Kill the heat.
Yeah, we don't know how to
Kill
do
the
that. We just spin it around a few times.
Now what you don't want to do is burn the butter. We're just going to brown this butter so nicely. Look at this.
Off that
This is
heat.
cooking, everybody. This is why you watch The Good Dish.
Wow.
Come on. We are not just here to entertain you. We are here to educate you.
Yes.
We want you cooking this stuff at home. Most importantly, once your butter is brown, what do, Daphne?
Lemon and
Why?
to cook the heat. I mean, take the heat
Exactly.
down.
Yes.
We don't want to burn the butter. We want to
got
brown the butter.
excited.
Can I add a little salt there?
Now watch. Yep. No more salt.
Oh.
Throw in my pomegranates.
Oh, sure.
Throw in my sage leaves. We're going to make a delicious pan sauce.
Sage.
We want you cooking this stuff at home, everybody. Look at this. Come on.
Snap
And now
it
the
back
moment
on.
of truth.
Get
Ready?
it.
Moment of truth. That moment you've all been waiting for.
All
We're
cameras.
just basting that
alert.
butter right over the top. These are pretty much cooked as is. Our sage is going to lightly toast. And just like that steak, we're flavoring those scallops with the pomegranates, which are nice and tart. Hit me with a little bit of balsamic. We're going to finish at the end. Just a little bit now.
That's an interesting choice. I like that.
Yep.
Love that acidity
See
coming.
that sauce right there? Now all we're doing is basting these scallops right over the top. We're going to take these babies to the plate.
These are
These
Christmas
are
scallops.
gorgeous. These are absolutely
Wow,
Christmas
they really are. Look
Yes.
at that. It's gorgeous.
Pomegranates and sage. I'm going to bring it back up to a boil. Where's our plate?
Have it over there.
Ready?
I'm just getting as close as humanly possible.
We did a little, put it on a squash puree.
Oh, this is nice.
Right?
This is nice.
Do like a little Top Chef swoosh
Yes,
over there, right?
we
You know the swoosh
we
over
have the IP on that.
Yes,
you know what
you
I
do.
mean? We have that copyright.
there. Okay, just like so. And then all we're going to do is just very gently, we're going to take each one of these gorgeous scallops.
Wow.
I think it's funny that they put plates out for us as if we're going to actually use them because we can't wait that long.
Gosh.
And when you are cooking this, figure 4 to 5 scallops per person, or 3 to 4, depending on who you're feeding. But also, these are one of those little things like, listen, I'm in the restaurant business, and I say this all the time. This is one of those things that we want you cooking at home.
Yes.
Scallops are expensive. Then what do? All this love,
All the
right
butter.
over the top, all the butter.
I gathered it so we can
Make
just.
sure each one's got a little crispy sage leaf. Jamaica, you see that aged balsamic vinegar over there?
Yes, sir.
Pick it up. Pick up that balsamic.
Uh-huh.
Ready? Wait for it. Wait for
I
it.
can't wait any longer.
Wait
Come
for
on,
it.
come on.
Come on.
What we gotta
Little
do?
drizzle. Little drizzle. All over the plate. A little more.
I mean, that's
Boom, everybody. Come
that
on.
is like
Yes.
By the way, I refuse to
hallelujah.
do a swap out. I said we're not doing a swap out
Yeah.
because that's how
Hands.
quickly they cook.
That's
This
it.
is not the magic of television. This is real
Thank you,
cooking.
thank you.
You serve this for your friends and family as an appetizer when they come over, fresh out of the pan. I don't want to show up to your house and that's sitting on the kitchen counter.
No.
I want a glass of wine, and then you make this, and everybody can get in there.
I love
That's
how
my
you boss
favorite kind of
everybody
cooking. You're
around.
exactly
Tell them
right.
I am bossy. My friends do tell me I'm a little bossy. You know what I say? I'm right. I'm not bossy. I'm
You're
just
not
right.
the boss. You're not bossy. You're the boss.
Get in there. I've eaten this thing 100,000 times.
All right. Okay.
You kind, by the way, we forgot a little. You know.
Little what? Little what?
So
bit of size
tender,
over the
so
top.
sweet.
Ooh,
That
perfectly
beautiful
cooked.
tender crust on the outside, unbelievable.
I call these the cotton candy of the sea, right?
Yes.
They really are the cotton candy of the sea. When you get that
So
crisp on the
sweet and
outside,
beautiful, and that light
sweet,
anointing of
succulent
butter.
sea scallops. Come on, Jamaica.
All right.
That's a party. It's a party in your mouth.
You,
There
sir,
is.
are nothing but a trouble. Okay, so
Trouble.
coming up next, Chef Capon is continuing to butter us up with his jumbo stuffed shrimp in a velvety butter sauce. Why you keep
Forget
doing
about the
this
shrimp.
to
Forget
us?
the shrimp.
Okay.
How good is that? Come on.
I mean, it's
Phenomenal.
And it's 3 or 4 ingredients. We made it right here.
all I want.
Everybody you need to make this in the next 3 days
Okay.
and send us pictures.
All right, so now you're gonna teach us how to make the perfect butterfly on our shrimp Every time.
Yes.
You got
and
more.
stuff them with one of the best stuffings of all time.
Yes.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
I have a host for you. Make it work.
Get it together, everybody. Welcome back. We got too much going on here.
We having a good time here on The Good Dish.
Yes, we are. Yes, and we are in for a treat because this one right here, Chef Capon, is going to share one of his all-time favorite recipes. And if he calls it his favorite, then it's gotta be good. Tell us what this is.
First of all, Jamaica, we gotta get this straight because I plan on coming back to the show. It's Capon. It's
Chef
Capon.
Capon. No,
I like
Chef
Capon.
Capon.
It's like a little gangster.
Like a little
but if I'm gonna
Virgo
correct you,
gangster.
it's Capon.
Capon?
Yes.
Capon, Capon.
Either one. Just so we know.
Just show us.
All right, you ready?
How about
Big
that?
stuffed jumbo shrimp.
Oh, wow.
It's like the best of both worlds,
Whoa.
right? It's the biggest, baddest shrimp. Look at those babies. It's the biggest, baddest shrimp you can make, and we're gonna stuff it with a signature crab cake stuffing.
Wow.
I mean, what's better than that?
serious right now?
So the best thing you have to do is buy the biggest shrimp you can find. They should be about as big as my head, and I have a really big head, by the way. I've been told.
These are like,
Did you just say yes, you do?
10. These are like you too.
You too. Right, so once again,
the
you
edge.
refers
No
to the
bonnet.
amount per pound. These aren't jumbo, these are colossal.
Oh,
all right, so if your supermarket has colossal, that's what you want. Most important thing is when you peel and devein them, you want to really, really score them on the bottom because you want to butterfly out of these things, right? Because what we want to do is make a nice little platform.
Cute.
See what we did there? See what we did there?
yeah.
We're going to stuff those bad boys with all that crab cake stuffing, just like so. So what we did is peel and devein.
Them little legs.
Yeah.
Right, little legs, just like that.
It's like
They're
a yoga
beautiful.
pose.
Also, they're nice and dry. What I do like to do before I cook anything, I like to season everything. We always say you season every component of the dish. So just a little bit of olive oil. Whoa!
A little too much
A little
drama.
bit of lemon juice, a little bit of kosher salt. Thank you, Daphne.
You got it.
All right, just a little bit of olive oil. Don't get carried away over there like we are here on The Good Dish. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these bad boys back out. All right.
Gail and I are ready to go. With
Gail
this.
is rolling up her sleeves.
Yes, rolling
By the
up
way,
her
next time I'm
ready.
coming on The Good Dish, I'm wearing a one piece, just like
I know.
Gail. 'Cause I love it.
You can borrow one of the plethora of jumpsuits I have in my dressing room.
Do you know what a plethora is?
Is a plethora a specific amount?
How about, do you know what movie that's from?
A plethora?
Do you know what a plethora is?
Oh,
No, I do
the
not,
line.
senor. Then why do you use the word?
Three Amigos?
Oh, Gail Simmons, everybody! Come on, I told you she was a rock star. Amazing, amazing.
Martin Short and
Oh,
Martin
so
at their best.
Phenomenal.
Jamaica, do me a favor. Start slicing the garlic over there, and you're going to start making the pan sauce. We lost Jamaica at the Three Amigos. I'm going to start pronouncing your name wrong. Because you
Hey,
don't
we
pronounce
can
my
do
name
this
right.
all day.
All kidding
I love
aside,
it.
what I want you to do, take those colossal shrimp, and what we're doing here is we're taking some crab cake stuffing, which is just a whole lot of crab cake.
I love how easy this is, John.
It is so easy, and once again, it's all about the prep. Right? It's all about the prep. This is something you can do a day ahead of time, a few hours ahead of time. Don't freeze this kind of thing, but you can, if you're having the company over, you can make these ahead of time.
Beautiful. Wow.
Look at that, right? Really
Wait, talk about this crab cake.
Look how nice that is.
Though, because it really is. This
Borrowing.
is different, actually. Yeah,
Jumbo lump crab meat, you can buy pasteurized crab meat, whatever you want. All crab, red and yellow peppers, jalapeno, lots of fresh dill, touch of mayo just to bind it. I don't like a lot of mayo. And the signature ingredient, some cracked Ritz crackers, right?
Yes.
Crackers, come on, a little something. twist.
Some buttery crackers. Now,
You could turn these into crab cakes if you want to.
I sure will.
Or we could stuff these shrimp and we're gonna pop them in the oven. I want your oven as hot as it can be because we want to blast them. We want to caramelize
Like
them.
500 you're putting
500.
this on? Okay.
Don't be afraid of 500, Gail. We're not afraid of 500.
no, I'm all for 500. I also want
actually
a
on.
note-
This is a hot oven.
Bring it on. Let's do it. This is real cooking, people.
So what we're gonna do is blast them in the oven, and then we're gonna make a nice little lemon butter pan sauce. All right.
I was wondering when the butter was going to hit.
All right. Go in
you need?
tomato.
Tomatoes.
A little tomato in there. Very nice.
What else?
Pick this bad boy.
What
A
you want?
little chili pepper flake.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Huh?
We're on high.
Yeah, I got you as high as we can go. What else?
You can go a little wine. Go a little wine.
White wine.
We are deglazing with our white wine, right? So normally it'd be boom. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of lemon juice,
Yeah.
a little bit of salt and pepper.
You got me working today.
Nobody's cooking with plastic fruit. Nobody who watches The Good Dish is allowed to cook with plastic
No.
fruit, right?
No.
Right?
That's right.
We only
Oh,
cook with
that is
fresh
a thing.
lemons and limes.
Fresh.
I'm playing games over here.
And a little salt.
A little salt. All right,
Nice.
now all we want to do is you can dump some of that butter in there, and we're gonna mount the butter into this and make a lovely butter pan sauce.
Now, this is room temperature butter or cold butter if you're mounting? That's my question, Josh.
I think it should always be room temperature butter.
Okay.
Nothing should be ice cold,
Right.
right? When you're working in a restaurant, everybody on their station has a big vein of butter that's room temperature, and they just keep hitting everything with the butter.
Did you say unsalted or salted? What do you do?
I say always unsalted because you
Unsalted.
want to season.
Gotcha.
If you're using with salt, that's totally fine. And then all you have to do is just let this all come together. This is going to reduce nicely that butter. Hey, are you playing games over there?
What?
Let's go.
You want
Let's
both?
go.
Oh.
You know what they say,
I thought we were
Jamaica?
building.
The more butter, the more better.
I
Let's
got you,
go.
baby. Then all right, okay. I thought you were building up to
Let's
this.
chop up that parsley over there. By the time that parsley
What are
chopped,
you doing? I'm really working
Chef
on
with
it.
you.
You called him
Jamaica.
by the wrong name one time. It makes you
Chef.
work all day long.
you're the penalty box forever.
Yes,
She
chef.
has won a cooking competition. You know that, right?
I don't doubt that for a second.
Yes, chef. I got you. I got you.
What's going to happen is that butter it's going to thicken up the salt, it's going to reduce a little bit, make it nice and velvety and rich and creamy. We'll hit it with the parsley, and then once those shrimp come out, just right over the top, right?
Beautiful. Okay, well, hold off. We need to save something for the whole thing to come together. We're finishing off this shrimp with that gorgeous butter sauce, and we will all be diving in, and I hope you do too at home when Josh comes back after we all
She say
smother
diving
ourselves in butter
She
sauce.
say diving in. You see?
Diving in.
It's diving in.
Feel like parsley.
Hit it.
I guess you kind of know what you're doing.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Look who's here.
Whoa! Whoa!
You guys,
Look at those
I cannot
beauties.
confirm nor deny if one shrimp may be missing. I may have come early.
Come sit down, relax. Thank you for this gorgeous plate.
If I may.
Please finish
Please.
us up. So
Yes,
guys,
sir.
welcome
I
back
worked
to the
hard
Good
for
Dish.
this.
I want everyone to get ready. Bring that camera nice and close because Chef Josh Capon is ready to pour the most luscious, the most succulent, the most velvety butter sauce on top of his now jumbo
We got some
stuffed
of that
shrimp.
sweet
Yeah.
jam music. Oh, come on.
it away.
And by the way, there it is.
Asking
Little
you, shall
Barry White in the house. Come on.
Yes, sauce me. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Doesn't get better than this.
Bam.
Slow jam.
Wow. Slow jam.
Slow jams with the ladies of the Good Dish.
My gosh.
Can't think of a better way to spend the afternoon. I mean,
Right?
come on.
We're pretty fun. We like to eat good food.
This really is the best of both worlds. I mean, come on.
This is phenomenal. Oh my God. This is tender succulent shrimp. This is perfect crab cake. That butter sauce, you are not messing around. Jamaica, you did a great job on this recipe.
I know. Thanks, Jamaica.
I worked hard for
It's
this.
so easy to make. Make this stuff at home. That's the whole goal here. Those are really good.
It actually is very doable, I will say.
Wow.
And that's what's exciting.
I'm
Totally
like, I'm waving I surrender. Like, I'm waving
Surrender.
the white
Throw in the white towel.
Oh my gosh.
The 500-degree oven, though, really clutch because you worry about overcooking seafood because it's so mild and tender. Perfectly cooked and fast.
Quick and fast.
Amazing.
By the way,
As it should be.
throw a couple of these next to that steak we made last time. Call me crazy, but you just might have the greatest surf and turf of all time.
I think you will. I can,
With that butter over the steak.
cameramen were grunting and
Rightfully
oohing and
so.
awing when you put those things together. Okay. Josh, we all love learning from you so much. And I will say that one of my greatest joys in a few years of a lot of sadness in the world was watching you on Instagram cook with your children and cook with your daughter. It was such a beautiful thing to see because lots of people do it, but there was something so genuine, so joyful about the way that you guys cooked together. And I know that it was an opportunity not planned where you found yourself at home instead of keeping chef restaurant hours. And that was devastating in a lot of ways, but it felt like you really reconnected there. Can you just tell us a little bit about how that started?
I'm getting very emotional as you say this because we had a moment in my dressing room the last time I was here where you mentioned this to me. And it's true. I mean, it was the absolute silver lining for me of COVID. COVID was a huge slap in the face, I think, for everybody in the world, but especially in the restaurant industry. Yeah. And for me, it just allowed me to be at home and a more present, better dad than I ever could have imagined, because as much as I love my job and working in the restaurant business, it was 5 nights a week for the last 20 years, and seeing my kids briefly in the morning, and then spending weekends with them. And it was like, you know, a screeching halt. And next thing I was forced to be at home every night. And my daughter and I, Amanda, who was 13 or 14 at the time, we just started cooking and having some fun. And we started something called Cooking with the Capons. And it was remarkable, and it was magical, and we had the best time. And we just started cooking, and we captured it. And I had people, social media is a really interesting thing because you put yourself out there, and so does everybody else. And I had people DMing me saying, Cooking with the Capons is getting us through quarantine.
Yeah.
Cooking with Capons is getting me through COVID. Like my kids watch it every night, or my neighbor every night before they go to bed. That's the last thing they want to watch. And I said to my daughter, I said, I think there's really something happening here. By the way, we were just having the best time. The best time. And she was 13, she's 14. I'm teaching her to cook, which I always say is a very, very valuable life lesson.
Yep.
She would bust out into a TikTok dance in the middle of cooking a recipe.
And you did too.
I did. Listen, if you can't beat them.
Pull that up, look at the two. I mean, that's
Can't beat 'em, join 'em.
Wow. You teach her.
Wait, you're good. You're holding.
Not bad. Listen, there's a little bit of she works for me, but I teach her how to cook. She teaches me how to dance. And honestly, like we're cracking up, and we're spending an hour together before.
It shows.
So for me, I am very, very grateful, and I want to be careful because obviously this pandemic has cost a lot of lives, and it's a very sensitive topic. But for me, it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise, and kind of gave me my life back.
Yeah. That's really
And some dance moves.
And some dance
Like your
moves.
moves, man.
And honestly, now because of that, I started doing. I changed paths. I changed careers. I aligned myself with some new people. We started the VCR group, which is really a technology-driven hospitality business. And it's pretty cool because one thing I want to do, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but I want to touch more people through cooking. Through cooking, and even coming on a show like this with you guys to show people. I mean, this is an entertaining show first, but it's really educational. And we want everybody to be entertained, but make the steak, make the scallops. And I'm doing a ton of virtual content for companies, for families, for businesses. And people, I always say it's engaging, it's entertaining, it's educational, and it's fun because it's me, and I'm a lot of fun. So I have a good time.
A lot of fun. It's
But when we send out boxes of food on a Tuesday and people get together on a Wednesday and we're cooking together with a bottle of wine, we're making margaritas, the whole virtual cooking thing was born out of the pandemic, but I think it's here to stay because this is a great way to spend the night. And you got people from all over the country who don't have to go to a restaurant and have a good time cooking and having some fun together.
Yeah, it's also how food is like fundamentally how we show love. It's how we've always connected. I think we are all craving that now more than ever. And for you and your daughter to be able to bond in that way, I think is so incredibly powerful. That will carry with her for the rest of her life as much as it carries with you, which is
100%.
phenomenal. Right. And it is confidence boosting. I think we just to be able to put something down on the plate for you, for your family, to nourish yourself in this way so fundamentally, you feel damn good about it at the end.
That was a good.
Thank
And
you
when
very
she
much
looks
for
back on this time, and when I look back on this time, even from afar, from a distance, like that's what she's gonna remember. That's
we captured magic in
That's
the
what
bottle, so I
she'll
appreciate
think
that.
about in a very dark moment, and that is really meaningful. Okay, so will you be our dad? Is the question we want to ask you, but also. We know that as the cool dad you are, you have some pretty cool sneaks on, some kicks over there.
Yeah.
So
I
these are-
noticed them.
These are
Will you tell us
limited
about them?
edition. My partner and buddy and chef Connor Hanlon made these for the Fly Fish crew. There's 4 of these. Gary has a pair. Roddy has a pair. I have a pair. And Connor, he made these up for limited edition for the Fly Fish Club. And we're having some fun. Everybody wants a pair of these things, but we'll see. We'll see.
They're nice.
They
They're
are
hot.
Next time you come back, bring us some shoes too.
Sure, 100%.
There you go.
100%. Send me your shoe size and we'll bring you some Fly Fish kicks.
Do they make those in my size, actually? Can I get a heel on it?
Yes.
You know what?
Right, now you're
Can I get
asking
a
for too much.
cute wedge, Chef Capon is the founder and chief culinary officer of the VCR Group and the upcoming Fly Fish Club restaurant. Check out their website for more information. Coming up next, Top Chef alum Stephanie Izard is revealing how she makes her magic green beans. Don't go away.
It's the side dish that's been dubbed culinary magic. To get a bite, you'll have to book a table months in advance. But luckily, I've gotten in with the owner. And she's here to show you how to make her famous magic beans at home. Please welcome the first female to win Top Chef, Stephanie Izard. Woo! Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, we're so happy you're here.
I'm so happy to see you all. And what a happy looking kitchen. I can't wait to be there in person. How fun.
Yes.
It is happy. We make happy things in here. And so do you in all of your kitchens. It's hard to believe, but it was 14 years ago when you first won Top Chef. I mean, you were a baby.
Hey, I'm a baby.
I love that pic. I mean, what are you holding in there? I don't know, an array of peppers? It's hard to
I know,
tell.
yeah, because I'd be walking around with an array of peppers in a wok thing. But, it was beautiful.
Yes, it was great. I'm curious because we've all loved watching your journey since then. What are you most proud of since that moment?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's been so many amazing things, and I feel like I'm on this little roller coaster ride. I never know what's going to happen next. But I think, Food and Wine Best New Chef, I think was one of those moments when being, it's something I always wanted, coming up in my career. It's something you look at those chefs on the cover and you just can't wait for that moment. Or winning a James Beard Award, because it's your peers that are nominating you for that. So it's really hard to say. I've been so blessed with so many amazing things that have happened. But when your peers are nominating you for something, you just feel even extra validated as a chef, I guess.
All right, now you were voted fan favorite on Top Chef. I'm fanning out right now talking to you because I remember that time. And you were making one of your fan favorite dishes for us today, magic green beans. Now, do you toss this in a magical fairy dust? How are these magic green beans? Tell us the story behind this dish.
So these beans have been on the menu at Girl on the Go since we opened almost 12 years ago. They were originally going to be English peas. So the sauces were going to be on English peas that we were going to cook in a wok, and you would sort of suck the peas out of the pea pot and get all of the sauces. My pan's getting extra hot. But we were supposed to open in spring. And then like every restaurant, it took a little bit of extra time to open. So when it came to summer, there was no more English peas. But I was so excited about the sauces because it has fish sauce in it, which makes me so happy. So decided to do green beans, and we haven't looked back since. They've been one of our top sellers for nearly 12 years, which is crazy. Even people that don't like vegetables like them, which is always a feat.
High praise.
They are magic. All right, so show us the magic you do in the kitchen. Show us how to make them.
Awesome. All right. So I've got my pan over here, and you want to do this on nice high heat because we're going to use this fish sauce vinaigrette that you want to caramelize in the pan. I got some green beans that are already blanched. I actually, for this dish, I would say you would taste this right now and be like, I think Stephanie over blanched the green beans, but I kind of do it a little bit on purpose because when they're a little bit softer, they kind of soak up the sauce a little more. It reminds me of my favorite Thanksgiving side dish, which is green bean casserole, when the green beans are a little softer. So blanched green beans going into the pan.
Gail is eating the green beans. Stop
I just had to taste
beans.
it to know what you're talking about. They're delicious.
We gotta cook them.
All right, so just sauteing it up a little high heat. What you want to do is kind of get like a little tiny bit of blistering on the green beans. And then what we're going to do is use the sauce to this, which is really what the big secret is. We're going to use this little goat went to Southeast Asia. So I actually launched an entire line of sauces and spices and things that you can get in grocery stores because of this dish. So once the green beans get a little bit of blistering and it looks like they've gotten heated through,
got ours.
we're going to add in some sliced shallots.
Shallots going in.
Got them.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the shallots is like they're gonna like really. I'm gonna go hog wild with the shallots. I love them. They're going to like really soak up the sauce. Oh, that looks great.
I like that you also didn't like mince or chop them. They're like big rings of shallots here. You can actually get
what
real
happens
shallots.
when they get the marinade on them, they caramelize a little bit in there, and it's like that taste of like French onion dip or something, where you get those nice, yummy, sweet onion flavors. So just letting the shallots start to get tender a little bit. All right, so once the shallots look like they're starting to soften, I'm looking at mine and they're starting to get a little bit on the clear side, looks like they're softening a little bit. We're gonna take some of this magic sauce and just drizzle it on there.
There's the magic.
It's gonna smoke up a little bit. There we go.
Ooh, that smells
oh my gosh, I can smell it.
Oh, good.
It's really a punchy sauce. It's like, and now Stephanie, I hate to ask this question because the only way to make magic green beans is to have your gorgeous sauce. But like, if people didn't have your sauce, what could they use? Fish sauce? Do you think like mustard or a little honey, or what's your take?
Yeah. Fish sauce with a little bit of mustard, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of lemon juice. That's basically what's in it. And you can get that same feeling. And if you want to skip the fish sauce, you can take this idea and do a soy sauce, but adding that mustard and that little bit of brown sugar really helps. It kind of caramelizes onto the shallots. Mine are getting super nice and caramelized. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my cashews as well. And just let them kind of start to heat through.
Ooh.
A little bit extra cashews, getting fancy today.
Like it a lot.
Oh, yum.
All right, now, this looks great, smelling great. Now, coming up, we're putting the final touches on Stephanie's green beans, including the finishing sauce that holds all the magic, and she's dishing on that old job that still gives her nightmares. I gotta hear about this one. We'll be right back.
I
I love our jazzy 90s sitcom intro. Super jazzy. Welcome back to The Good Dish. We are back with Top Chef alum Stephanie Izard. She is making her magic green beans, and we are adding the final touches, including where the magic comes in, the drizzling of a green bean aioli. Okay, talk to me about this famous aioli.
Right? I mean, basically, to me, if you add anything delicious to Kewpie mayonnaise, you're going to make something even more delicious and magic.
Yes.
I am a mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is one of the food groups in my world. So just drizzle a little bit of this in. If you've made a mixture of fish sauce and Dijon and such, putting that in the mayonnaise, it just takes it to that extra level. And I love using a marinade and then adding the marinade to mayonnaise and using it as a secondary sauce with any dish. It works really well with a lot of meat dishes, with yogurt also, but having that sort of secondary version of a sauce on top makes it even better. So just add a bunch of the sauce into our mayonnaise. This is a fun little trick that I don't know if you guys do this, but it's just a way to, since I don't have a squeeze bottle at my house, which I probably could take one from the restaurant, but
that's funny.
something that I don't often have around, you know?
We're gonna
I just put the sauce
send you
into
one
a
on
baggie. Yeah, right. And then you can use it as a little piping bag. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that someone taught me that I think is a great thing for home cooks, for an easy way to be able to make a nice little drizzle. So mayonnaise, our little special fish sauce. It's going to go all over the top. And what it does is really just brings out the flavor of the fish sauce, which is slathered all over our green beans. This looks really good, you guys. I'm so excited. This is going to be my late second breakfast, we'll call it.
Oh, excellent.
I believe in second breakfast. I am also a hobbit. They ain't second breakfast.
Stephanie, this sauce gets even better in the Kewpie mayo. And a little garlic in here extra. Oh my gosh, out of control.
Can we dig in now?
Well, that is so good. Jump in here. Oh my gosh, friends.
It's so good.
The toasted cashews, the tender green beans, all that sauce. I want to throw a few more cashews on top because why not? We have them here.
I know, extra crunch is always welcome in my world.
Oh, these are magic. Look
Thank
at
you. Thank you.
Tamika, you got some?
Yeah.
Forget side dish. This is like my main.
And that sauce of yours, it packs a punch, but in such a good way. It's salty, briny, but it's everything that I want and craving more. This is definitely finger-licking food.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so as the first woman to win Top Chef, we thought it was only fitting to ask about some of your other firsts. This is the story we've all been waiting for. Before you became a James Beard award-winning chef extraordinaire, what was your first job?
My first job in restaurants was the Olive Garden. And you know what? I am proud to say that it was at the Olive Garden, and I could sing you the Olive Garden birthday songs. I like to bust that out at parties. But it was amazing. You know, Olive Garden, hot food hot, cold food cold, money to the bank, clean restrooms. That's what I learned there. But I was a server, and I was an incredibly shy person at the time. And so I would go to tables and I would start having heart palpitations. So I used to have terrible nightmares about it. You know, those nightmares that you wake up in the middle of the night, I kind of still have those waiting tables nightmares when I'm having stress about anything else in my life. So it comes back to haunt me sometimes, but a very fun first job.
That's fascinating. And I agree. It's interesting that those stress dreams never leave you. That you're still naked showing up to the exam you didn't know you had. You're still waiting tables for the nightmare couple. I also love hot food hot, cold food cold, money to the bank, and clean restrooms. If that isn't a strategy to win in life, I don't know what is.
That's all you need.
Amazing.
It's even funny.
It's true. It applies to everything.
In my mind, I had this nightmare of yours. I feel like the breadsticks are attacking you. I have this whole thing. It's hilarious in my head.
Breadsticks coming to get me. So you like to call yourself a risk taker. What was the first risk that you took that terrified you?
Oh my God. You know, looking back at my life, I kind of just always make decisions really quickly and don't think through things. So I think I don't think enough about it to get terrified. I just kind of do things. I look back to in my 20s, I was actually in Scottsdale. I'd gone to culinary school. I went out to Chicago to visit some friends for just a couple of days. And I just stayed. I just called my sister and said, hey, can you just ship my stuff out to me? I'm just going to move here. For the most part, I just kind of go for things. And it's kind of a fun, maybe scary way to live, but it's kind of worked out so far. So I'll just keep going.
Yeah,
Definitely
keep doing it. We need you to keep doing it. But you are a mom to little Ernie, and we love this video of you passing the culinary torch to him.
That's the ingredients to make ice cream.
Eggs and cream and sugar. Here you go.
And milk. Is this the only one?
Mm-hmm. Just put a little bit and then,
So cute. Do you guys cook a lot? What was the first meal you made with him? Was that it?
No, we've cooked a couple times. By the way, he cut his hair off since then, so he looks like a totally different human being, and he looks like he's like aged like 10 years, but still adorable. I have to do like fun hands-on things to get him to be in the kitchen. So scallion pancakes is one of the favorite things that we make together, where he actually rolls out the dough and gets really excited to put the sesame oil in the middle, roll it up, and he just loves to eat them. He thinks that mommy's a culinary genius when I make these flaky, delicious scallion pancakes. So I try to think of things where he can really get in there, and I think the more hands-on it is, the more exciting he is to eat it.
I love that. That's really smart, of course. Yes, we all also like scallion pancakes, so feel free to come make them for us anytime. If you find yourself in Chicago or LA, make sure to check out Stephanie's new restaurant, Cabra, or, of course, her OG Girl and the Goat. It doesn't get better. Coming up, it's the house rule half of you think is non-negotiable and the other half think is over the top. Find out what it is and where we stand when we come back.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
I love it. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Welcome back to The Good Dish. Now we are about to broach a very controversial topic, and we're prepared for it to get heated. Here's the question. Do you have a shoes off rule at home or not? We polled our Instagram followers, and it was a very close call. 52% of you said you will never allow shoes in your house, while 48% said wearing shoes in the house is A-okay. So what's the rule at your home? Shoes on, shoes off?
Shoes off.
Shoes off.
Shoes off.
Because you got little babies, kids on the floor. You know,
That's
put
right.
that junk in
Like,
your house.
I live in New York. Those streets are dirty.
God knows what you're trapping.
I mean, but it is hard to condition people who are not take your shoes off people. But especially because we have children who, I mean, mine at least up until recently, were like literally licking the floors at all times. And we now all know how germs spread. We are all very clear about the germs.
All right. Agreed.
Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, I'm with you. My kid sees something, she eats it off the floor. Like,
Yeah.
so yes, you got to keep
Builds that natural immunity, you know? Yeah. I think, you know, here's the thing. I feel like I hadn't thought about it very much as like a young adult. Like, certainly in my, you know, college apartment, I was not like worrying about, you know, dragging stuff in on my shoes. I definitely became more aware of it as a mom with little kids on the floor. And somehow, as soon as I put my shoes on to leave, there's always like one thing to run grab in my bedroom. So I found, it's just that, it drives me bananas. But here's my question for you, and it really is my husband who sets the dynamic of like shoes off as soon as you're in the house. They go in the shoe closet. We're gonna stay organized, which is not the way this Aquarius always lives her life. But here's my question for you. How about parties? How about you're having more than 5 people over to your house? Are you gonna get everybody to take their shoes off? Is it a big barbecue at your house? I mean, with 20 people with no shoes on? I live in Florida also, so I'm barefoot most of the time, so it like sort of is a moot point, but.
I know, I'm with you. There's definitely something there. I say more than 5 people, yes, shoes still off. But 20 people, if it's a party, if it's an evening party, people are dressed up.
They
I am not,
outfit.
yes, I will let
Don't ask
them
to
absolutely wear their shoes that go with their outfit, that are part of their getting dressed, to come over for sort of like a big party, which, by the way, I haven't thrown in years. But I plan on sometime in the future, and people can wear their shoes.
But I will say, I ask people to take their shoes off. I have a little sign at the front door that politely informs them to take your shoes off. See, there it is. I think it's very sweet. And your shoes at the door.
That's nice.
Yes, and I even encourage you. I have socks, I have slippers, and you can take them with you. Like, it's a whole thing. I gift them to you, and I nudge you to say, take your nasty shoes off. That's how I politely tell you that.
I will say, in like
a spa in your house. I love
I
that.
take care of you. If I'm gonna
totally
ask you to
coming
take
over.
off your beautiful shoes, I will take care of you.
So nice.
But it's true that in many, many cultures in the world, you would never think of bringing your shoes into the house.
Yes.
It is a sign of respect for the clean sanctuary, the temple that is your home, and I will stick to it.
I like it. I'm into it. With every time I think of it, I like it. It's just sometimes it misses my brain. You know? I just feel like I'm managing so many people's shoes all at once. Like to put one more on and off, sometimes I forget about it. Okay, get your phones ready because the good list is coming up. Get recipes and more from today's show, including the answer to what's for dinner tonight. Plus, we've got the secret to shopping for perfect scallops. Stay with us.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. Chef Josh Capon showed us how to make almost any dish better with butter. Just baste away like these amazing scallops. Man, they were
What a combo also, so delicious. Guys, if you want to shop for scallops like a chef, the secret is to ask for them dry. And we talked about this a little bit in the segment, but I just wanted to dive in because it's really important and it's actually amazing once you understand this. Dry not meaning like patted dry. Scallops are often soaked in a solution of water and a chemical called STPP. This actually preserves them, makes them look firmer, smoother, glossier. It's like Botox for scallops, right? And you can see a little bit in this bowl. It's sort of like milky liquid, like so. The problem is that these scallops are like sponges, and they'll hold onto that water, they'll hold onto that chemical, which affects how they cook and how they taste. But worst of all, that liquid weighs something, and you're paying by weight. So it literally costs you money, and the result is not as delicious.
And if you aren't sure what you brought home, here's a home test that everyone can try. Place a scallop on a paper towel-lined plate and microwave it just for 15 seconds. A wet scallop will form a very sizable ring of moisture around the scallop, but the dry scallop will leave basically no ring at all, and that's how you know that you got the right one.
Wow. Good tips. All right, no more intimidation with those scallop buying. Okay, so now it is time for the good list. I know you see that pop up right there. That's that QR code on your screen. I want you to open your camera app and hold your phone right up to it, and it'll take you right to the recipes from today's show. And you can also head over to gooddishtv.com to get it all, including what's for dinner tonight. Those crab stuffed shrimp. My. Okay, so these are mine. I am taking them with me. You will make yours. So join us next time for more good food and good dish. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Did y'all want one?
Very.